Hey there, and welcome to the ADK Rock and Metal Network. I am Dave Dars, and joining me today on the video, we have the mighty Andy the Birdman Edwards from No Magic Brain.
That's a new one.
And of course, we have the what are we going to call you today, Kirk? We have the Encyclopedia Metallica himself, Kirk Houghton from Scream Blaster Beat. There you go. I've got to come up with something new each time now. I can't keep saying the same.
Man, that is a new one.
Yeah, I'm baffled, yeah.
What are we doing today? I can't breathe today. We are checking out the new video from Acts of Vengeance. It's for their song Thy Kingdom Come, which comes out on the 18th, I think it is, of this month. So, I don't know much about the background. Kirk, you know all the background of this one, so give us a quick rundown of Acts of Vengeance.
Yeah, they were actually originally a London-based band formed around 2013, and it really changed in 2018-19, where they lost some members and then regrouped, really, and then now do most of the recording in Hertfordshire, and most of the musicians in the band live within the Hertfordshire area. So, different in terms of what the group was 10 years ago, but got real momentum now, and really you can expect an EP every year from these guys.
And would you just say they're kind of classic thrash sound?
Death thrash, probably
Death thrash.
closer to Sepultura, where you've got a hybrid of both. Definitely a thrash band, but with the vocals they're quite grisly, so I would say there's probably 30% death metal, 70% thrash.
Okay, well, let's check out Thy Kingdom Come.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, and we're back. Okay, there we go. So Thy Kingdom Come. From Acts of Vengeance. Kirk, we're going to throw to you first. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, you probably expected me to be positive, and I absolutely love that song. Let me give you the reasons why. First of all, I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy in the intro, the hard-hitting snares in like military formation with staccato riffing. And then when they establish a beat, you've got that machine gun open string guitar effect. Classic elements of thrash metal, isn't it? Straight away, though, I'm thinking this is definitely closer to mid-90s Chuck Schuldiner Death in the Symbolic era type of thrash. So you've definitely got death metal elements in there. The opening riff, I would say so, because you've got that harmonic minor, a bit like Andy, remind me, is it Crystal Mountain, the Death song from Symbolic?
That is a Death song, yeah.
Yeah, it was similar to that, I thought. Good enunciation from Marty on the vocals. I thought you could hear the snarl of every grisly word that was coming from the microphone. And the chorus is repeated enough times to lodge in your brain. They're not going to allow you to leave this song without you being able to sing it after one listen, even if it is just the title of the song. And then from a technical point of view, really tasty Dave Mustaine-esque guitar solo at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But what I actually really enjoyed was how they accelerated the tempo from there. And then finally, I think it's very clever how they've gone back to the intro for the outro, where they're all playing again together in military formation. So a lot going on in that song. And Dave, I dare say you probably might have been looking at that thinking we've got to 3 minutes and there's still another minute to go. And there's already been about 15 parts. Like, where the hell are we going from here? See, I like that element. I thought it was quite unpredictable, even though you can see a clear orthodox structure to this song. If you just imagine that this was in Cubase or in any software program, you can just imagine all the layers and where they are and where they come in. So, yeah, this is probably the best thing I've heard from them because the production is so sharp. Really impressive. Be keen to know what you two think.
Andy?
I agree with a lot of what you've said, Kirk. Yes, there's definitely a death feel to that sort of intro riff, and then it goes a bit sort of Sepultura in you know from in my mind. Something I haven't heard before was that sort of, you called it military. Yeah, that's a great term. The sort of military-esque drumming. I've not heard a sort of intro to a song like that before. It's quite a bold move, but that sort of continues throughout the track. Yeah, I like that staccato riffing and the open string riffing. That's sort of warm, you know, that's kind of typical of Acts of Vengeance. You hear that a lot in their tracks, and that's great. And they're obviously taking a lot from the genre that they enjoy playing. The bit that I liked at sort of 4:30, there's sort of like a sort of guitar harmony part. You know, that worked really, really well. And I agree with you as well that the chorus is the song title, and it's repeated and it's catchy and it's memorable, which is what you want from a decent track. And good use of live footage as well for the video. I thought that was really good, because that could quite easily have been, you know, sort of limited in sort of rewatch appeal and you know the shots that they were used, but they used different shots from, you know, the same gig. Obviously, I thought that worked really well. You mentioned the production. I didn't think it was that great. It may well be that, you know, just listening through the laptop speakers that I've got here, maybe didn't give the full sort of picture of it, but it sounded a little messy at times. The drumming seemed a little out of sync at times, but not being a drummer, I'm not sure if that was the effect and what they were actually going for. And yeah, surprised at some of the slower tempos that were shown in the song as well. Obviously there's faster patches, but overall it's kind of a slower sort of plodding sort of death metal sort of tempo that they've used in this song, as opposed to sort of the more blistering pace that they've used in other tracks. But yeah, I enjoyed the track. I'm sure I have heard it live. Doesn't sort of ring a bell as to be one that I've heard a lot live, unlike some of the other tracks that are stapled to the set. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Just a few little niggles from my point of view regarding the sound, but that might be, as I said, just how it's coming through at my end here.
Yeah. Which I'm going to actually point out. I'm going to actually say it probably is down to that, because we had on the last week's videos when we were doing it, Strapping Young Lad, sorry, and the song Love, and we had that same issue. What you were saying about the sound, and when I was doing the mixing and editing and I was putting the song back up, it is a saturated song, but it was not distorted in any way. When I was doing the editing, I was like, okay, so it's probably certain frequencies on your computer, on your laptop speakers, that basically distort slightly or overpower the frequencies. Because that actually, well, I agree with Kirk on here. Production on this was really good and really full. I was really surprised because there was two things that stood out for me within the production element was I thought these guys had done the production themselves, because every time I've seen shots of like recordings and stuff, it seemed to be at their place where they rehearse. But I also know that the drummer doesn't have an acoustic drum kit and plays on an electric kit, but those drums sound really good. So he's either got a really good emulated drum sound that they're using to make that sound. We've had them live on a couple of the ADK live events, and in all honesty, I've never been massively blown away by them. And there's a couple of reasons behind that. Thrash genre is not my favourite genre at all. It's one of these ones that it's been oversaturated for me, so nothing really kind of stands out from it. But it's also because live it doesn't sound like it did there. It doesn't quite come across the way. And one of the things I'm going to point out here is something we've talked about from the live performances. The drum consistency on that recording is really good, because you're hitting every single snare hit in there. It's powerful, it's coming through, but live it can be really hit and miss because of the impact of. You can see it in the live footage. You can see some of the snare hits are very light. These da 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 da, and you're almost just tapping that snare drum. And the problem is the sound guy can't ride the microphone through that, which means you lose it. So I think sometimes when I've seen them live, I've lost that live sound of the snare, and it's just not. It becomes a bit messy. So I was really, really impressed when I heard that. Now, quick disclaimer, the video is not an official music video from the band. Well, it might be now, but because 2 days ago when I got sent the recording, I just got sent an audio recording for us to review. And of course, we can't review audio recordings.
So you've synced it.
So I took the footage from our Acts of Vengeance show at the Bedford Esquires yesterday. And luckily, because I've already got it synced, all the camera angles, I then had to speed up and slow down the whole of that song footage so it's synced up with the actual song, and then cut it and put some zoom effects on it and stuff like that, and so that we had something we could actually review.
I thought it was Bedford Esquire show.
Yes, but I think Marty might be using it at the moment, so Marty may release it as their music video.
Why not? I would. Yeah, excellent.
Well played, Dave, for putting the work in as well. You know, they sent you the audio.
It took 20 minutes to do that music video.
Oh, okay.
That's how they does it. That wasn't a hard one to do, because again, the prep work was already done. I'd already got all 4 camera angles synced, so they were already in time. All I had to do was sync. And the great thing is, if you've got a drummer shot and you're trying to sync up footage, you just follow the drummer, and as the drummer slows up or speeds down, you cut, and then you speed up the footage and slow it down again, so the drummer is in sync with the audio. And then you make sure you do the same to all the other footage at the same time, and then when you cut angles, it'll work. So it was a relatively easy one to do. But yeah, I mean, I was really impressed overall as a whole. I actually, not what you said, Kirk, I actually didn't get to the 3-minute mark and start thinking about where is it going to go, because I liked the different changes. I liked that there was a just change of direction. I thought it was interesting, just even though it's not part of the song, but in the footage where Marty's doing a solo and he has to go and crouch down, I was like, it's the solo, mate. The camera should have been on you, and you're like, what? You're down the front, mate. What are you?
Dave used to do that. I think that's why I made
crouched down at the front doing the solo. I don't know if his strap broke or
I was messing with the pedal. His pedals. I wondered if he was adjusting his pedal. I thought that's not.
Yeah.
In fact, you know, that's before I realised you'd done the video. I thought, well, if that is the live gig where you had a problem with your pedals on the solo, don't put it in the video.
Yeah. There was a few like that, and I was like, well, and I wasn't going to go off and do the footage from random shows at random slow-mos, and I was like, look, I've got this song, let me just sync it, and we'll use it,
well
and at least we've got something. But yeah, no, I think it's a good track. So they've obviously got the Metal to the Masses coming up, haven't they? Got
yeah, Heat 4. Sunday,
it's actually on the 18th, so yeah, we'll drop this on the 18th when it comes out anyway, so best of luck to them tonight. They're doing, what was it, A Stranger, Temperamental, and Herald, and we've got Broken Calling doing the guest headline tonight.
Oh, is it Broken Calling? Oh, excellent.
So they're on that for that one. So yeah, should be a good show for them. So best of luck to them. But yeah, well done to Acts of Vengeance. Go check it out. Their album comes out in
it'll be an EP.
EP end of this month, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
So go get it. Make sure you do. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.